300 undergraduate programs and discover areas of interest you've maybe never studied before. Let's use Sam as an example. Sam was accepted into the Life Sciences admission category and wants to study human biology and evolutionary ecology. Like most programs that fall under the Life Sciences admission category, Sam will need to take some standard prerequisite courses. Sam's Life Sciences admission category ensures that during course enrollment, they will have front-of-the-line access for the prerequisite courses they need. Just like Sam, you are responsible for taking the courses required for your future programs, but you will be encouraged to try new subjects during your first year. And even though you've begun your studies in one admission category, it doesn't mean you are limited to only study certain subjects. Many students end up exploring outside their admission category and find a program they absolutely love. You never know what you might discover.
ties with Sunnybrook Health Sciences Centre, Health Canada, Waterloo Region's Grand River Hospital and more keep you on the front lines of today's most urgent health challenges. At Waterloo, you'll go way beyond the textbook. Help people living with cancer exercise. Explore anatomy in our cadaver lab. Become a trainer for a varsity athletics team. Work with professors and researchers on their projects in paid or volunteer roles. Experience helps you find where you fit. And when it comes to applying to a professional school, it's what makes you stand out. Use our programs as pathways to health professions, including Waterloo's own School of Pharmacy and School of Optometry and Vision Science. This is more than a degree. It's the pathway to your future. And Waterloo's teachers, mentors, and advisors will be with you every step of the way. Who will you become? Waterloo can help you get there.
When you apply to Arts and Science at U of T, you will select from one of 6 admission categories: Humanities, Social Sciences, Life Sciences, Computer Science, the Math and Physical Sciences, and Raman Commerce. Your admission category will help give you priority into the required courses you need to get into your program of choice. Of course, just because you are in a certain admission category does not mean you can't explore academically. In fact, since you don't have to choose your program of study until you have completed 4 credits, you have your entire first year to explore courses from over 300 undergraduate programs and discover areas of interest you've maybe never studied before. Let's use Sam as an example. Sam was accepted into the Life Sciences admission category and wants to study human biology and evolutionary ecology. Like most programs that fall under the Life Sciences admission category, Sam will need to take some standard prerequisite courses. Sam's Life Sciences admission category ensures that during course enrollment, they will have front-of-the-line access for the prerequisite courses they need. Just like Sam, you are responsible for taking the courses required for your future programs, but you will be encouraged to try new subjects during your first year. And even though you've begun your studies in one admission category, it doesn't mean you are limited to only study certain subjects. Many students end up exploring outside their admission category and find a program they absolutely love. You never know what you might discover.
still speeding in the wrong direction, and the world has also emitted more than 2.
Bonjour à tous. Hello, everyone. Today, I want to update you on all on 3 key elements of our fight against COVID-19: modeling, testing, and vaccines. Let me start with modeling. This morning, Dr. Tam and Dr. New presented new models that show the potential spread of the virus over the next few weeks. The reality is that right now, hospitalizations are still on the rise in many provinces. While vaccine doses are being delivered every week, we need to keep reducing in-person contacts. For the moment, that's the only way to get these numbers down. Since yesterday, Ontario is now under a stay-at-home order. This is the kind of tough but necessary decision that provincial governments are having to make. I spoke with Premier Ford directly on Wednesday, and I told him, as always, the federal government is here to help. We talked about rapid testing and the role that that could play in keeping these numbers down. We also, of course, let him know that federal help is available wherever needed, including and especially for long-term care homes. The outbreaks happening in long-term care homes in Ontario and across the country are not only incredibly concerning, they're also tragic. Our parents and grandparents built this country. They raised us, and they deserve so much better. And it is vital that we continue to get vaccines to vulnerable people as quickly as we can. And that's exactly what we're focused on. But remember, no one is invincible. Even if you're young and healthy, this virus can be dangerous. That's why we all have to keep doing our part. We're also constantly monitoring variants of COVID-19 with governments across the country, including the concerning Brazil variant. We're doing whatever it takes to protect Canadians, including looking at banning certain flights if necessary. Decisions must be based on public health guidance, and as always, our ministers are actively leaning in on this and talking to experts to reach a determination without delay. We will continue to keep Canadians informed of any new decisions we take. To people in Ontario now under the stay-at-home order, I know this isn't how you wanted to start the new year. It probably feels like déjà vu all over again from 2020. This won't last forever. But for now, we have to buckle down. This is our best way through in the coming weeks of winter. We've seen the kind of impossible choices hospitals in other countries had to face when they become overwhelmed. Deciding who gets an ICU bed and who doesn't, well, that's not where we want to be. So please, keep following public health guidelines and stay safe. Au Québec aussi, c'est important que les gens continuent de respecter les directives de santé publique pour diminuer le nombre de cas et faire baisser les taux d'hospitalisation. Comme vous le savez, la pandémie a des impacts bien au-delà de juste ceux qui testent positifs. Quand la COVID-19 met trop de pression sur les hôpitaux, c'est tout le système qui en écope. On apprend tous un nouveau mot, délestage. Des milliers de chirurgies sont en train d'être retardées. Le dépistage de certains cancers est plus lent, ce qui met d'autres vies en danger. Les travailleurs de la santé sont épuisés, en plus de devoir prendre des décisions extrêmement difficiles. Je sais que c'est difficile et que les mesures sont strictes, mais pendant qu'on continue de vacciner les gens vulnérables, il faut absolument casser cette deuxième vague. Depuis le début, notre réponse à la pandémie est basée sur la science et sur les meilleures données possibles. Mais mercredi, Pendant la retraite virtuelle du Conseil des ministres, différents experts sont venus faire le point avec nous, dont la Dr Tam, la Dr Niemer, le président de l'Agence de la santé publique du Canada et les 2 coprésidents du groupe de travail national sur les vaccins. Ce matin, le premier rapport du comité consultatif d'experts sur les tests et le dépistage a été publié. J'aimerais d'abord remercier les 2 coprésidents, Sue Pêche et le Dr Irfan Dalla, ainsi que tous les autres membres du comité. Depuis l'automne, on a distribué plus de 14 millions de tests rapides aux provinces et aux territoires. Le rapport du comité ce matin fait des recommandations pour que ces tests soient utilisés de manière optimale et efficace. Le dépistage dans les lieux à haut risque, comme les centres de soins de longue durée, les écoles et les différents milieux de travail, est crucial dans notre combat contre la COVID-19. The Testing and Screening Expert Advisory Panel published their first report this morning. In it, they laid out evidence-informed advice on science and policy for COVID-19 testing and screening. The panel has identified 4 priority areas of action to reduce the spread of the virus, protect Canada's most vulnerable, and limit the impact of the disease on the healthcare system